crying. Look at the tears rolling down the street. I've been looking for my baby, and I wonder where can she be? Alright, that was the first verse of my version of The Sky is Crying, based on a recording of Sonny Boy Williamson II, which he did in 1963 when he was visiting Europe with the American Folk and Blues Festival. I downloaded the tab to my website, and it will be there for free during 1 month. Afterwards I will incorporate it in my lesson pack tab deal, which is only €7.50 or about $10 for 9 tabs and with a growing library, so to speak. I also advise you to check out my lesson called E-Blues, and it's mainly on muting and a few techniques that we use in this song. And in the video description you will find all the links to the tab and the previous lessons, and also the performance video where you can hear the whole song. In this video I will teach you the 3 verses with all the licks in between, and also the introduction, and in the next video I will teach the 2 guitar solos, which are my own but not Matt Guitar Murphy's, who plays on the original version. There's no guitar solo on that version. Okay, so I'm going to change the camera angle and then we'll start with the lesson. So we're in standard tuning, and this song is in the key of E. So I'm going to play the introduction. Okay, so I think the first measure is very simple. And then we go to a B7 chord, partial chords. And then we have a little rest in the second beat of the second measure. And an upstroke. I use my 2 fingers for that. And in the previous video about the E-Blues video, there's more talk about using these fingers for up and down strokes. And then I think the only difficulty in the introduction is this bend. I do it with my pinky, and well, it's useful to use that pinky because, well, when it becomes a fully fledged finger, so to speak, you will have a lot of pleasure from it. Of course you can do it with your 3rd finger as well. And note that I'm muting that bend because it has a full beat, so it's, and then I mute it with the temp. I rest the temp on the string. So if I would sound it a full beat, it would sound like this. We mute it. I'm playing it with a temp. D7 chord moved up 2 frets, so it becomes an E chord. And that's a trill there. And then we go to the B7. And that downstroke also with the nails, with our 2 fingers, index and middle, and then open, and then you form your E chord to go into the verse. Okay, I will do the verse now and sing it very softly so you can hear where all the notes are. I'll start with the 5th measure, the B7 chord. Oh, sorry. The sky is crying, And here I'm going to a D7 position to the 4th fret, so it becomes an E7. And notice that I'm moving my right hand up the fretboard to get a different sound, to color your sound more. And notice that I'm also muting. All the bass notes are muted. Muted with the palm of the hand, and that's very important. So notice that I accent between the verses, well, between the singing, I try to accent the bass sometimes to get, well, a little bit more interest there. A little bend there. And here I use my pinky to do that bend on the 6th string and the open strings, and then we go to a A chord and you bar it like this. Now we have the fill-in, which I play close to the bridge to get a different sound again. So it's, and then 3 times, and then again, this is between singing, so I accent the bass again. And when I go to that A chord, play a little bit harder, so it sounds, but I'm muted immediately. Again, that's what I accented in the video about, let's say, the introductory video, the E-blues video. The muting is very important in this song because it's so, well, it's not really slow, but it gives it a lot of feeling. And also the dynamics, for example, when I go to that, the first note is harder. Okay, one more time with the singing. I also, that's my way of singing, I guess, never had any education. I try to accent some words with certain notes, so it becomes easier to sing in tune first of all, and also rhythmically. It's important to do that. So we're starting again with that 5th measure. The sky's crying, look at the tears rolling down the street. The sky's crying, look at the tears rolling down the street. I've been looking for my baby, and I wonder where can she be. Okay, now in the 11th measure, where I go from, this is the 2nd measure we do in A, so the first one is the 10th. Here's that little pull off, and also it's understated. You hear it, you know it's there, but you don't, it's not that, but Okay, now the second verse is, well, pretty much the same as the first verse, only we have a different fill in which is the 8th and 9th measure and the 12th and 13th measure. And I'll play the full verse now so you can have an idea how it sounds. I saw her this morning, she was walking down the street. I saw her this morning, she was walking on down the street. Made me feel so good, my poor heart skipped a beat. Okay, so that fill in for verse 2, which you see on the tablature second page. So we have a bend at the 8th fret, and it's not a triplet, but that's the first beat, and then and let that ring into the next beat, and at the end of that third beat we're sliding so we don't pick it to the 12th fret. And at the 4th beat we have that triplet. And then another triplet, the 9th measure. And then a bend at the 11th fret. And that's a real hard bend, not a little bit, so it's not... No. It's almost the height of the 12th fret, but the sound of the 12th fret, but just under it. And then we have 1, 2, I saw her this morning, she was walking on down the street, and then so you can do that with this finger as well. And then I slide, use my 3rd finger, which is the easiest thing I think for the what comes next. And I slide with my thumb, right hand, index, middle and thumb. All with the thumb. And then we have a different B7 than the first verse. So, and that you will see in the tab, the second page, the second line, the last measure there. It says 14, alternate bar 14. It's and to the A, which is the same thing. So it's. Okay, then we have the 3rd verse, which again is the same as the first and second, but with different fills. And I'll play that in full now, so you have an idea also where the words come. I got a funny feeling, my baby don't love me no more, no. I got a funny feeling, my baby don't love me no more. The sky's crying, look at the tears rolling down my door. So that fill-in for the third verse you will find on the third page of the tab at the bottom line. So we have a slide. I say oh no, and then hit temp. And that's it's a C9 position chord moved up to the 7th fret, so it becomes an E9. And first three fingers, the third finger takes the first three strings, then the index on the 4th string, and the 7th fret for the 2nd finger. And this one is on the 6th fret. So this string, the 5th string, is muted here. And we add the pinky at the 9th fret. And this is the same lick fill-in as the 2nd verse. Look at the tears roll down my door. And I didn't transcribe the ending because, well, it's simple. It's a turnaround. Your D7 position moved up to the 4th fret. And I do that with the 1st string. And then we go back to that E9 chord, but this time, so the 3rd finger frets the first 3 strings, then the index on the 4th string, 4th fret, and the 2nd finger on the 5th string, 5th fret. So you move that up, and then you can play the bass, open bass, 6th string. Well, one final note about the verses. The singing is relaxed and, well, not agitated. And I think the beginning of the 3rd verse is a very good example of that. What's again the lines again? I got a funny feeling. Yeah. I got a funny feeling. So it's stretched. I got a funny feeling. So it's not I got a funny feeling. No. I got a funny feeling. Okay, that's it mainly for the verses. And in the next video I will teach you the guitar solos.